Hello, my name is Nathan LaValle. I own a media company located in Central Florida, and I am available for hire. In this shoot, we are doing 4 ads and a series of short videos for an electric bike company. And for a big ad shoot like this, I am bringing the full cart. I'm pulling my big light out of the way. I'm going to end up loading that onto my gear cart. And this is just an $100 cart I got at Harbor Freight. Now, I was thinking about making a whole video about this, but I am not pleased with this cart because it broke within about a week of using it. Now, I do have like 4 or 5 sandbags on the bottom. I mounted C-stands to the sides with some really neat mounts I also got at Harbor Freight. But when I was loading this back into the gear cart on this exact shoot, it broke really badly. I'm just loading it up with everything I need. We're going to be using a teleprompter. We're going to be using some legit mics. I'm just pushing my gear cart. I utilize a lot of gear by Neewer, and I've been super impressed with the quality of the gear. Now, I think some of the stuff they make is crummy, but their pro level stuff is great. In this shoot, I'm going to be using the new Neewer 600 watt bicolor light because I'm going to be using a Booklight setup. And it's a great little Booklight setup. It's a 1 C-stand Booklight. I'm going to show you how it works.
Behind the scenes stuff for my video business. Is that okay with you? If I set up a little GoPro? Sweet, man.
I always want to make sure I get permission to be filming BTS stuff if I'm going to be doing this.
Because basically I'm thinking, I want to have you standing where I'm able to shoot right into the corner. So like this. Probably the other way, I would think. Like pointing the wheel in that way so you see the full side profile. Gotcha. Yeah.
The planning stage is super important when you're doing talking head in a small space like this. Shooting into the corner gives the most room for doing a good depth of field look behind the talent. I usually start by going with my tripod first so I can get that positioned with the camera how I like, and here I'm putting together the Booklight. It's a super neat setup. I'd love to show you this more in detail. And I'm mounting that 600 watt light down low on the legs of the C-stand. Now you can see here, it gives a super soft light, and all I'm using is a piece of diffusion cloth and an ultra bounce, an 8x8 ultra bounce. I've basically created a triangle that sits at the top of the C-stand, and I can raise it however high I want. In the more recent iterations of this Booklight, because I've used this for several shoots now, I'm actually using a longer piece of diffusion fabric rather than this short piece, so it's 8 feet long at the bottom as well. And you can get this all the way up to the ceiling, basically a floor-to-ceiling Booklight with 1 C-stand and 1 really powerful light.
Oh, your little one. Hi.
Hi.
Do you see that huge light?
She's like, what in the world is going on here?
It's for you. We're doing a photo shoot of a real princess.
Dude, we did this,
Always super important to have great interactions with your clients. This is going to be my backlight of the subject. When I'm doing a teleprompter, I like using a bar like this because it's not going to cast a super bright beam. It's going to be fairly diffused right off the bat, and so it's not going to create bad reflections or like bad glow effects with the teleprompter. Maybe I'm just using a cheap teleprompter, but I've had that issue in the past.
Do in life is saying no. Yeah, for sure. You just have to find the right times. Yeah.
Here we're just visiting. I love to visit with the clients. Such a great opportunity to meet new people, get to know new people.
Lights, because I've weighed them down with sandbags, but they could still fall.
I have done all the safety precautions needed to make sure these C-stands are weighed down well, but if they get grabbed, they can definitely fall over. So I like to warn anyone who's going to be on set that that's something we need to be careful of. I did go with my NTG3 here. Super amazing microphone. Really challenging space here. I probably wouldn't go with a shotgun typically for something like this. I'd rather use a small diaphragm condenser, but I just don't have a super nice small diaphragm condenser right now, and I don't have the funds for it right now. So the NTG3 it is, and I'll end up using some voice isolation. It came out really nice. I'll show you at the end the actual ad, one of the 4 ads that we shot. Came out really nice. Now here I've brought in the camera the audio handle so I can get that audio into my FX3. And it's the laborious process of getting the teleprompter set, getting the quick releases on the teleprompter.
Try this.
And we just felt like it needed a little bit more color. So I just stood up one of my battery-powered bar lights.
Very residents, I'm going to tell you something that you didn't know about your city.
Here we're running through it for the first time. We ended up moving that bar light to rest on a shelf in the background. You'll see it in the final product.
Bikes. And that's not my favorite because I own an electric bike shop, but rather because I own an electric bike shop in DeBerry. Electric bikes. And it's not my favorite because I own an electric bike shop.
Here we're just hashing through the script.
I own an electric bike shop because
okay, one more time. Can I just do it?
When you write a script for a client that utilizes the best practices for doing advertising with pain points and how we can solve those points, it's really important to give them space to learn and kind of reimagine the language as their own.
Or my favorite, cruising on electric bikes. And that's not because I own an electric bike shop.
I want to point out here, as he's reading, I'm smiling and gently nodding my head. I don't want to pull his attention away from the teleprompter, but I do want to subtly reinforce that I think he's doing a good job. This makes shooting super, super fun for the client. And he said that at the end. He's like, dude, I could do this full time. I loved it. I think part of that is when you're behind the camera, are you just a statue, or are you giving some reinforcement with some head nods, with some smiles? I pride myself on being a videographer that is fun to shoot with. I want my clients to walk away at the end of the day going, that wasn't a pain in the rear, but
close to perfect.
this was fun.
I think if we get one more pretty good take, I'll be able to stitch everything together. Cool. So the part where there was the fumble was the technological advances.
Yeah.
So, and you could go like one, there, this is this.
Mm-hmm.
Two, there, this. And third, because of our technological advances, e-bikes for the first time in history are super affordable. Something like that.
Just giving some coaching. I always, before we get too far into it, like to show an example of what it looks like. Here I'm using the Sony Monitor and Control app on my iPad so I can put a LUT on it and make it look close to finished.
But if you think it's good, I'll let it
Let's run it again. I want you to be just as excited.
I don't know how to not do that though.
Well,
I have to go potty.
but I feel like I'm looking and like tilting my head.
really?
I don't know. If you think it's fine, I'm alright with it.
Well, the thing is, I think we're always more critical of ourselves than other
100%.
people.
Then I'm fine.
But also, I play to that. Like, if I don't like it, I redo it. So if you want to redo it, it take another minute or two.
I don't know if I think it might just keep getting worse. I'll try it one more time if that's on it.
I think these are the interactions that a lot of videographers have trouble with. How do we negotiate how many takes we're doing? How do we make sure we get good takes? What if the client doesn't feel good about it?
Now, then we'll loop back around to that beginning.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you want to throw a different shirt on for each video? Okay. I mean, you can wear a brand. The reason that you see them blurred out in TV shows is because they want brands to pay them for it.
So I'm going to show you in a minute here what it looked like to have each light flipped on individually, starting with the lights in the shop and then the backlights, the color lights, and the key light. So here's with everything off in the shop. I've slowed it down a little bit with optical flow. Now we have the overhead lights of the shop in. Now this looks okay, but I'm not being paid for okay. And so this is what the accent light in the back looks like. His logo is green. I love the cast that this is giving on his face. And then the backlight up top, we did a blue tint so those could play together. And here's the key light. Super, super soft. And for ads, you need a really punchy look. So take a look at one of the finished 4 ads.
I'm a DeBerry business owner and I'm running a promotion that's so crazy it might put me out of business. We typically charge $30 to rent out one of our e-bikes and we've literally sold over 100 rentals at that price. But for the first 25 people that sign up, we're going to waive that fee. Why am I doing that, you ask? Well, first of all, I love this city and I want to give back. But more specifically, we've discovered that most people don't know how amazing e-bikes are. I mean, imagine a bike that you don't have to pedal and that can go 20 miles an hour and has a 70-mile range. And to be a little more personal, riding e-bikes has had a serious positive impact on my mental health. Being able to explore nature in such an effortless way is just amazing. So click the link below, sign up for 100% free e-bike rental. There are no hidden fees, no strings attached, and get your butt on an e-bike this week.
So we're using this ad for his business to drive as a lead magnet. He's finding people who might be interested in riding e-bikes. He's going to give them this free e-bike rental and hopefully have an opportunity to make a sale with them down the line. So if you'd like to hire me to do a shoot like this and do some planning, marketing for your business, it can be super affordable. To do a fleet of 4 ads with some shorts is about $3,000. So get in touch if you'd like to hire me. I'd love to work for you in your business. Have a great day.